But I wanted to talk to you about some really cool news from Beer City. So we heard that SportsCenter is going to 50 different states in 50 days and stopping in Grand Rapids for the Beer City Open. What does that mean, and how did that happen?
Well, first off, thanks MLP. We're thrilled that that's happening. We have been, submitting things to ESPN for years because we think we're important in Grand Rapids, and they have ignored us. But I'm assuming Jay Moskowitz and his team with MLP and Samin got it done this year. I'm sure the 50 different states doesn't hurt. I can't tell you why Grand Rapids was chosen above any other MLP event. I don't know, but we're super thrilled that it was. Actually, the 50 states thing is kicking off tomorrow, June 27. Scott Van Pelt from ESPN is kicking it off day one. And then different ESPN personalities will be hosting SportsCenter Live at each event. I know one of the events is like the WNBA All-Star Game. So we're in very good company. We're excited. I don't know who from ESPN will be in Grand Rapids, but either way, it's SportsCenter. It's pretty awesome for us at the Beer City Open and definitely for MLP and exposure for our great sport.
So does that mean that they're actually going to be like setting up their stage and whatnot and hosting SportsCenter from the Beer City Open?
So I don't know the specifics. We asked if they needed a stage, and my example was like game day, college game day,
That's what I
and
thought.
I don't know. I know they need a spot, so whatever they do with their spot, they might be doing that. I truly don't know. I would love to know, but I know it's 2 p.m. on Thursday of the Beer City Open. They're coming and going to be around on Wednesday shooting, I guess, like B-roll. I think they are doing a feature with Anna Lee because, as they should, she's a rock star on Wednesday. Don't know when that's airing, but anyway, like I said, it's great exposure for Beer City Open, for MLP, for all of us players. Go pickleball.
Yeah, for sure. Though that was super exciting. And I do think that they chose a very good location to do it. So, Beer City has been what, 2018, 2019 founded?
Yeah, we started in 2018. I think this is our seventh year because 2020 skipped with COVID. Sold out again for amateur registrations. We don't have any more rooms, so it could be part of it. I just had to ask Daniela for MLP. They're doing tickets this year. We've never done tickets for Beer City before, but we are closing off the venue, and you got to have a grounds pass to come in. And I just had to ask MLP to add more because they were sold out. So I don't know if that happens at other MLP events, or maybe it does. I don't know, but ours were sold out, and now they had to add more.
Yeah. Well, I know Beer City is always a fan and player favorite because, and I've been saying this for a while, it's difficult to run a tour, especially when you have to run every single tour stop and they're across the country every single weekend, right? Where you
Mhm.
guys, you and Paul Richards and all of the volunteers that you have are able to spend 12 months a year working on making your event and promoting your event and getting local engagement. And I really feel like that's why it is one of the most, if not the most successful event in pickleball and certainly a player favorite. Um, just being able to do this 12 years around the calendar year. Yeah. So it's been a favorite of mine since I started in I think my first year was 2019 maybe. Um, and so it's also been super cool to see how Belknap Park has grown to fit the tournament. The first year, I'm not gonna lie, Koopy, no offense. No offense. It was a little bit rinky dinky. We had Paul Richards' favorite. You shared the location with what was it, like roller hockey or something crazy like that?
We did with bike polo, and
Mike
hey,
Polo.
I take a little bit of offense because it was 2019, and I don't think we were any more rinky dinky than
You
anywhere
weren't.
else that everyone
You
else
weren't.
was
You
playing
weren't.
pro
You weren't.
pickleball at. In
Yep,
fact, we may have been superior to some of the places.
for sure. I'll take that. Yeah. I was wrong to say that comment, but compared to what it is today, like it's grown. It was a park,
Yeah,
respectively, and now you've created every single year. There's something different, and from what I understand, you guys are in the middle of another pretty sweet expansion as well. Can you tell us what Belknap's going to look like a couple years from now?
well, I can't promise it. We're working with the city. We're trying to get um, a real pickleball stadium, like maybe the Fort type thing in Florida or what Mesa has in Arizona, but a dedicated pickleball stadium up on where the baseball field is now, and then maybe like 12 additional pickleball courts. We're working with the city. Nothing's set in stone, But exposure like SportsCenter coming to Belknap Park certainly doesn't hurt us with those plans. We know that, we want to have a long-term partnership with the UPA and have them come back every year, whether it's through MLP or through a PPA event. And we have 21 dedicated courts, but we take out some right now to create the stadium for the event. And as the UPA continues to grow, they can't have events at a facility that doesn't have less than 30 courts. And for MLP in general, as I said, we already sold out tickets and we don't want to turn people away. We need more room so that we can get more fans in and share the sport with more and more people who want to see it. And then as far as like the local scene too, every night, if you are an amateur and you come to Belknap Park between 5 and 11 p.m., it's packed. All 21 courts are used, but people playing, some people, many of them are playing in bare feet because they don't know the rules. It's just all 21 courts are full all night long. And when the lights go off at 11 o'clock at night, that's how they know they got to leave.
Do you bark at them when they're not wearing not wearing shoes? Because I do remember we played the Beer City Open together a couple of years ago. We're in the middle of a match, and you say, "Hold on, hold on," and you literally walk off the court. You go over like 3 courts down because there was some lady playing in a tank top or something, or somebody who was violating like the Belknap Park dress code. You stop our match, like go 4 courts down to go tell this lady off. She puts on whatever clothes she needs to, and then you come back. We win the match, obviously.
I don't know if it was right in the middle. We might have been warming up, but it
No, no,
was
no.
in.
It was in the middle. I remember this. It was in the middle. Play had been started.
Oh, well, when you're a tournament director, you got to take care of things. So
You got to get it
that
done.
you got to get it done. And Paul and I are a great team. He makes everything happen, but sometimes I got to be the one to be the enforcer because he's really good at making everyone happy, and I got to be the one to say no sometimes. And
Yeah, I gotcha.
playing the Beer City Open in your sports bra was not it.
All right, one last question. Do you think it's important for these events going forward to have this sort of local tournament director with the support of MLP PPA? Like, to me, it really feels like Beer City and, say, Atlanta are really good examples of how good that can be when you have it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it helped. It does certainly doesn't hurt. We're getting the whole community engaged. When you fly into Grand Rapids for the tournament, you'll see like welcome to Beer City. Those type of signs are at our airport. So the entire city is, knows what's happening this week, and it's pickleball week in Grand Rapids. I've heard all the hotels are sold out in downtown, not just our partners. So the week is going to be packed. Um, and as far as player experience is concerned, I think it's the same thing. We're working on having events, not just for the pros, but for amateurs. Other things are going on, and that's so important. And then as a player, I agree. Like Atlanta is probably my other favorite event on the tour, because probably the same reason. They have great local engagement. The fans are there even on Tuesday when the tournament starts. They probably have the biggest amount of fans showing up early in the week. And I think that's because Chris and his team do such a good job there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anything else we should know about the Beer City Open for this year?
No, I just, come on out and watch. I think our facility is one of the more intimate facilities. So you really feel, I mean, as a player playing on our court, you feel all the fans right there. But then the other thing is, if you're coming to watch as a fan, you are as close to pro pickleball as you're ever going to get at the Beer City Open. And, we are excited to have everyone there.
Perfect. Well, Andrea, thanks, or Koopy, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And yeah, Beer City, couple events from now, but always my favorite of the year. So good to finally have you on. And thanks for telling us about SportsCenter and the Beer City Open.
Let's go. See you soon.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, real quick, if you've been on your feet a lot lately, especially at tournaments, do yourself a favor and check out these shoes from G-Defy. They've got this tech called VersaShock that absorbs impact and gives some of that energy back, so you're not feeling totally wrecked by the end of the day. They also throw in 2 orthotics for free, which is usually like $100 from a podiatrist. High arch, low arch, whatever you've got, they've got you. They just dropped a bunch of new styles for the summer. Hit the link in the description and use code DINK for 30% off orders over $100. That's all caps DINK for 30% off orders over $100.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie,